Hey there friends, Nibs again. Out in the garage goofing around tonight, shooting a few of my air pistols out here tonight. And I thought I'd get this this one on review for you guys. This is one that I picked up just recently on eBay. And I really like my single stroke pneumatic rifles and pistols. And I just happened to luckily chance upon this one. And to say that I am pleased with this purchase would be a very great understatement. This is so cool. This is such a cool, not terribly old, but getting older air pistol. And what we have here is a Webley Nemesis. And Webley still has a product called the Nemesis, but it's a CO2 pistol. And I'm not knocking anybody's CO2 Nemesis, but from what I understand, they are a far cry from the quality and accuracy as this single stroke pneumatic version from days gone by. This particular one, it doesn't have a serial number on it, so it's kind of tough to place it as far as when it may have been made. These were all made in England though, by Webley, and they are very, very similar to the Beeman P17 and function very similarly as well. So you just pull open your, and that's the P17. That one has an automatic setting safety. The Webley, same way, you can cock it up and then you can dry fire it, which is kind of nice. So if you're doing some dry fire practicing, you can get your trigger pull and don't have to load a pellet and shoot around. So from what I've found online, a couple different resources state that these were manufactured between 1995 and 2005. So this thing's pushing between almost 30 and almost 20 to almost 30 years old. So this one is in remarkable shape. The finish is almost perfect on it. The only blemish I can find is, and it might not even show up, but right where the C-clip is on this back pin, it looks like somebody must have taken this gun apart in the past and just scratched the paint, removing that E-clip just the tiniest little bit right there. But the rest of it, the finish on the rest of it is in almost immaculate condition. I did put my signature orange dot on the rear sight, or front sight, so I can actually see it while I'm shooting. But we'll go ahead and shoot a couple groups here in a couple of minutes. But first of all, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information about it. I did run it across the chronograph, and this particular one I was running 7 grain Meisterkugels, and I'll put the information right here. It was running right around 360, 365 is an average, I believe, which is a little bit lower than a few of the references I found online about this. They state that this should be doing about 380, but it's consistently running that 365, so that's really what counts more than the speed or the power, is the consistency of your shot, so you get your accuracy. One of the other things I did, which I was really pleased about, was so when I first got this, I was playing around with it, and the trigger was very nice on it right out of the box, but I was shooting it and I tested with my Lyman trigger pull gauge, and it was showing me around a 1.9, I think, or 1.10, 1 pound 10 ounce, 1.9 ounce trigger pull, which is not terrible at all. Like I said, it was really good, but I played around with it a little bit, and it had a really long first stage when I first got it, but now there's almost no first stage at all, and you barely feel the first stage, and then there's the wall, and then here's the average. It's breaking right about 1 pound 3 ounces, which is very nice, and it's very crisp. I might play around with it a little bit more, Hopefully I don't screw it up and break something, but it's a really nice shooter. I've been playing around with it. I've got probably 100 or 150 shots through it now, and I'm kind of comfortable with the trigger. I'm not saying I'm any kind of Olympic shooter or anything, but I really like the way it shoots. I'm going to shoot it with 2 different pellets. I've got some 7-grain Meisterkugels, so those are some light ones. We're going to try those. We'll shoot one group with those, and then let's see, where are the other ones I was going to shoot. Oh, right here. Got these Quang Yin pellets. They seem to be really doing pretty good in the air pistols out here for me. As far as shooting out of a rifle, the only one I found that really likes out of the rifle is my Walther LGR, and it doesn't care about what pellet you put in it. It'll shoot great. So let me get a couple of these Meisterkugels out and we'll do some shooting. This is I found this one on eBay. The guy that was selling it, he stated that he had purchased this brand new back in the 90s, so it is probably a 90s gun, and I did tell him I was going to review it on my YouTube channel, and he asked me what it was, and he said he was going to subscribe, so hopefully he did, and hopefully you're watching. I don't remember your name, so I'm sorry about that. But one of the things before we get started shooting that I really like about this gun compared to the Walther or the Beeman P13 is where the area up inside here where you have to put the pellet in is very narrow and very kind of problematic with the Beeman, to where you actually have to hold it like this and goof and fiddle with it. This one you can maintain grip down low, and it's easy enough to get that pellet in there. So you drop a pellet into the barrel down inside there, and it's easy enough to manipulate with the room you have there, and you can get that pellet in there really easy. Still not the easiest to load in the world of air guns that I have, but it's definitely a lot less cumbersome than that Beeman P17. I really like the Beeman P17, don't get me wrong. That is a fantastic gun, especially for a $50 bargain that it is. But let's go ahead and shoot 5 shots with the Meisterkugels here first and see how we do. I'm more shooting for a group with these than I am for a position on the target. I haven't zeroed this gun with those pellets, so I'm not 100% sure of the point of impact. I have put a little bit of oil in the cylinder, since I did do those chronograph tests, and it does sound like it's hitting with a little bit more snap. So it may have just been dry, and now it's doing better. But again, as long as it's consistent, I don't care what, as long as it isn't shooting totally weak. But not bad, not bad at all. Got a little kink in my left shoulder. That's why I keep doing that like that. It just helps to kind of stretch it out and makes it feel better when I. All right, so several of those went into the same hole as the first couple, so that's pretty good. Let's see if this can do these Quang QWS. I'm just going to say QWS because I can't pronounce that name of it. Pellet. Quang Yuan sporting pellets. Sporting Diablo. These ones are 8.18 grain, so it'll be a So far I've found that this gun is not very pellet picky. And it definitely shoots, but it definitely shoots wad cutters a whole lot better than round nose or pointed, but it shoots those pretty well too. And even with an 8.18, just listening to that report, I can tell that this thing is shooting pretty darn good. Doesn't look like the group is quite as good as it was with the Meisterkuggens, but it's still turning out pretty darn good. Nope, not quite as good. All right. Well, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not the as good as the Meisterkuggen. So, but there you go. There is my Webley Nemesis. Picked this one up. I wasn't even searching. I never even knew one of these existed until this one popped up on my screen when I was searching for just a generic, I think, pellet pistol on eBay. I am searching for a is it a Walther? No, a Weihrauch HW40 or a Beeman P3, which is, so this is the kind of a Chinese copy knockoff of the Beeman P3, which is a rebranded Weihrauch HW40. So those are all high-end single-stroke pneumatic pistols too. Just a few more things that I really like about this gun. It's got a really nice blocky handle, very Browning high power-ish feeling, or maybe not 1911, but kind of 1911 feeling. I've seen a couple people liken it to a Glock handle. I'm not a real big Glock shooter, so I really couldn't speak to that, but it really feels good in the hand, and it's got some good weight. It's not quite as heavy as my Beretta M9A1, which is a nice weighty gun, but it has that kind of feel to it though, and it really feels nice in the hand. So the Beeman is a little bit lighter, but it feels good too. But it is a little bit lighter than the Webley. So I kind of like that. I kind of like that feel of that weight in your hand. It really gives you the sense that you're shooting, you know, a real gun and not just holding a toy. But anyway, there you go. There's my review for the Webley Nemesis. Fantastic gun, fantastic gun. I really look forward to putting it head-to-head challenge. Probably the first one's going to be with the P17 here, but I have several others that will definitely come up against it that are single-stroke pneumatic. The Daisy 717, my Baikal, that one's, you know, the Grand Poobah out here in the garage so far. Nobody's been able to even come close to out shooting that one, but maybe this one will. And I've got several Springers that are fantastic shooters too. My Daisy Model 62 and several others that will definitely run right along with those kind of results right there for sure. But anyway, made this one longer than I really wanted to, but I get rambling on, and when I'm really enthusiastic about something, time flies, right? But there is the Webley Nemesis single stroke pneumatic. Maybe I'll have to get one of those CO2 version ones now and try them out and see which see if it's not nearly as good like I've read. But anyway, hope you liked the video. If you did, like, share, and subscribe. Fred's outside being obnoxious. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when I do post up new videos. Till next time, have a great day.